Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Jamila, the Winged Alchemist, and I actually just wanted to show up today because this theme of parallel realities, this theme of like multiverse parallel realities has been a constant over the last few months. I want to say even over the last 6 months. And excuse me for wearing my dark glasses. I only have them on because I literally just got back in from the beach. And while it is nighttime right now, I haven't taken them off because they're medicated. So I can see a lot more sharper even though they're darker. So I'm just going to keep them on for a second until I find my other glasses so I can switch into, but I digress. I feel like this theme of parallel realities, parallel selves, has been coming up a lot. I mean, obviously, not only has the theme been coming up a lot, but I've been talking about it a lot more with my clients specifically. I mean, that's what I essentially help you do, is to shift your identity so you can shift your reality, so you can shift your results, you can shift the feedback that you're receiving from your world. I mean, if you are experiencing a very constricted, what you would consider toxic or just very uncomfortable, or just feeling like a snake that has like ready to shed its skin, like you're ready to just shed that outer layer, who you've been showing up as over the last X amount of time has been great, but you just feel there's a new you that's trying to like emerge and shake off that outer skin, right? That's essentially what it is. And in a sense, as you shift identities, you're also shifting timelines. You're tapping into an alternate reality you. Anyways, so I did this video, and I don't know why, but I didn't end up liking the video. But then 2 seconds after, I watch Flurbrun. I don't know if you guys in my community, sometimes I do watch Flurbrun, but she comes up and she starts talking about parallel realities and all the things. And I was like, yo, I'm on the same wave. Like, obviously, I can't be the only one. And then I ended up reading a book that had like the same concept, and then something just now, I can't remember, but something just now on my way back like triggered me and was bringing up the whole concept of parallel realities and multiverse again. So I'm like, you know what, let me just sit my butt down and communicate this to you. So for one, if you like kind of the topic so far, put a like on the video. If the theme of parallel realities or parallel selves has been coming up for you as well, comment down below, like, what has that been like for you? For me, I understand, I guess it's because I'm very conscious of the fact that a few things. One, for years now, I have been consciously tapping into other selves, other parts of myself that I'm like, damn, yeah, that's me. Parts of myself where I'm a little bit like, yo, that's me. And it just is what it is. We're all things, right? We're not always from this perspective going to like who we are in other parallel realities, in other worlds, right? I digress. Um, I've always been able to see through a whole nother lens and extract information and like utilize that information here. Not always, but like there have been times where I've utilized that information here, and somehow, I guess, the two realities are a lot closer than the reality I'm tapping into is somehow a lot more intertwined with the one I'm currently in. And so sometimes you can get information and like utilize that information in this reality that will actually bring you a certain result depending on what it is you're trying to do. The topic has been coming up, and really I just wanted to ask, like, are you guys experiencing this too? Because I feel like there's so much energy that, like, I've been very still lately, very still within the center or the core of myself. And I'm noticing that there's just so much energy buzzing, 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 buzzing around me. Even like on my way back from Canada, not Canada, yeah, from Canada to Ghana, it was like I felt like we're constantly jumping realities because I actually had a dream. What felt very real was like, I'm not even gonna get into the details because it's not something that I want to like really send my creative energy to. But basically, the plane was going down, and I, in the dream, was like, okay, well, if this is it, let me just relax and go as gracefully as I can. And then I woke up and I was like, yo, why did that come up? And sure enough, weeks later, like so much plane stuff has been coming up. And to me, it's a reflection of like just energetically, there's like chaos. Energetically, there's all this like movement and friction, and things are like happening and speeding up and crashing and this and that. And it's not all from like a negative point of view. I just mean, you know, on an energetic level, it's hot out here. And I think it's a good thing. And it's a good thing because we should be using this instrument to like pull some of that energy in and like use it towards our healing, use it towards our goals, use it towards our creativity. Like this energy out here like is abundant for us to use and filter through us, to like slow down and just breathe and tune within. And as you breathe and tune into yourself, like you start to create a real picture of whatever you're intending, and to just focus all of your energy and that energy towards the thing. All I'm talking about is strengthening the mind. All I'm talking about is mind control stuff makes it sound like very I guess occult. But like all I'm saying is it's all just fine tuning your mindset, your resilience. You get me? It's leveling up your emotion. It's leveling up your self-responsibility. You know, it's just doing that thing even though you have one intention in mind, just coming back to yourself, slowing down, being honest, acceptance. And then I guess it would be honest, acceptance, let it go, and now let's fill that space in. Let's get clear. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's how I'm seeing it, and I think that's how a lot of us can respond to the energy. You know what I'm saying? Like the way how I've just explained it or expressed it to you. But if you don't do that, the ladder to utilizing it and moving with this energy very gracefully and very in tuned and very intuitively as well is to just be like a rag doll in the waves of the ocean, just be thrown around everywhere. And that is not what we want. That is not what I want for you. I don't want that for any of us. I feel like it always comes back to gratitude for me. It always comes back to just being grateful for where I am, where I'm standing, you know, being grateful for this knowledge, being grateful, to, you know, for my body, being grateful, and just showing myself love and showing the people around me who love me love, you know, and just like seeing that every day is a new day to create a new day. Like that's literally how I live my life. Every day is a new day to create a new day. And I used to think, like, I remember back in the day, I used to say things like there's not enough hours in the day. Now I feel completely opposite, and I'm very grateful. I'm very grateful because because the thing for me was I want to know what it's like to not feel like there's not enough hours in the day. And these days I find myself saying there's so much time, and like there's so much one can do in 24 hours. That's how I literally feel. There's so much one can do. And I find myself like just taking so much radical responsibility for myself and like radical acceptance for myself in terms of some days it's the whole routine, it's super productive. Other days it's not. Other days I'm like, damn, I could be doing this and that. And I say, well, you know what? I'm choosing, I'm fully deciding, very consciously deciding that I am going to lay here and listen to an audiobook because I've been doing that a lot lately. Maybe in another video, I'll share some of the books that I've been getting into. But yeah, I take full responsibility for the fact that, you know what, today is gonna be one of those bump on a log days. Then that's just what's gonna happen today. Is we're gonna be a bump on a log, and we are going to fully enjoy being this bump on the log. And tomorrow we intend to do this. And honestly, that works for me. Instead of like feeling shame about it, like, damn, I need to do this. Damn, I need to do this, but I'm still laying here. Damn, I need to do this, but I'm still laying here. Like, I have to just take responsibility and say, okay, well, if what you want to do is still lay here, that is fine. You laying here means you're not going to be getting this done. And I embrace it. I say, yeah, as long as I am, as long as I'm cool with that fact, that is what I do. That is exactly what I do. But I don't even know how it got here because we started out with like parallel realities and stuff. Oh, okay, no. So, okay, yeah. So I was saying why now I feel like there's so much time in the day is because I genuinely claim every single hour. Like, I genuinely consciously claim every hour. Like, this is what I'm doing, and I fully choose and decide that this is what I'm going to be doing right now, and I'm going to enjoy what I am doing right now until I am doing something else in that now moment, literally. But one thing that I do find helps and works is having a bit of a half schedule. And what I mean by that is like certain things that are staples, like certain scheduled things that I'm going to do in the week. Those are scheduled in, and I will still do those like must do things, whether it's check emails or whatever it is. I will still do those must do things, but I will not do anything else if I'm choosing to have a enjoyable day of procrastination. Or I'm not even going to call it that because the idea of procrastination just sounds like something that's icky and wrong. But a rest day, a rest day, a imagination day. Sometimes I need to spend some time in here. Sometimes I need to spend some time in here. And what I find that helps me to slow down and just be a lot more creative is reading, but also audiobooks. Because I love the activation of imagination. I love that I'm still hearing the like characters come to life, but I have to still picture it in my mind. And I think that's really healthy because it keeps you strengthening that imagination muscle. And then it also gets you like imagining into other things and gets you thinking about your own reality. It doesn't matter what kind of book, it could be a fiction book or a nonfiction book. And lately I've been doing both. I think that's also why they say you want to be more childlike, because children use their imagination. There is no limits. Children think that their whole entire life is ahead of them. And I choose to hold on to that understanding and that belief of like the whole world is still ahead of me. Like I can be so many different things. I think having this view of like yourself, as there's so many different parts of yourself that you can experience and be, is the secret sauce to being successful or also living in alignment, because you get to, first of all, you're flexing your creative energy. You're flexing your creative energy. You're stimulating your mind in so many different ways. You're getting to express yourself in so many different ways. And when I say like shift into different aspects of yourself, or jump realities, I just mean like it's all just based on the choices that you're making. Do you understand? Like if you could be working at a job, right? You're employed. Your identity is you are an employed person. And then today you're fired. Tomorrow the identity has completely shifted. Maybe you didn't make the choice. I mean, on a much grander scale, you made the choice, but maybe you didn't make the choice. But now you identity is unemployed, right? But identity doesn't have to stop at unemployed, because this same day that you are unemployed, you can switch to what's that word? Contractor or entrepreneur. Like, do you know what I mean? It all depends on how you want to view or see yourself. You can look at yourself as, woe is me, I'm unemployed, or you can look at yourself as like, okay, I've just unlocked, like without even asking, I've unlocked 8 hours in the day, maybe even 10 with travel time. I've just unlocked this much time. Now, of course, most people want to be in like a state of scarcity and think straight about money. And I get it. I mean, you can decide that between this time and that time, I am going to think about how to structure my finances during this time, sure. But for the majority of the time, you need to be thinking about possibility. You need to be thinking about what is it that you actually really want, you know? If what it was that you really wanted was that job, I'd have to ask you, in what ways do you feel like that job defines you? Maybe that wasn't the job. Maybe you'll have a better time somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I just think that the key is being willing to, for those of you who are into astrology, being willing to go through your seasons of each astrological sign. So you got your Aries season, you got your Taurus season, you got your Gemini season. You get me? You got your Cancer season, you got your Leo season. Like, because we are always evolving. Isn't it? And quote me if I'm wrong, but isn't it like the soul is basically split into all these different timelines, all these different versions of you? Like there's the you that's working at Kmart, but then there might be a you that's working at Walmart in another dimension. Similar but different. You know what I mean? Something like that. And while there, like, I don't know, can you guys like tap into that? I feel like for me, there's been this part of me where I can feel myself like living on my ranch, and there are like cows, because I've been making like my own cheese from raw cow milk. That's been really fun. I've been, just getting to explore raw cow milk and like, pasteurizing it and just tasting how like rich it tastes and it feels going down. I mean, man, I feel like I've been missing out. Like y'all been missing out. I don't know what that is in the store, but it wasn't milk, and I knew that from a long time ago. That's why I stopped drinking it a very long time ago. But I just feel like I've been tapping into that part of myself where I'm like, with my toddlers, and we're going out to the cow and we're milking the cow and we're bringing it inside and we're making yogurt and cheese for the week. And then there's another part of myself that's like, you know, in like some exotic country doing this like deep retreat and doing the healing work, and it just, there's just like all these different dimensions of me. And one thing about myself, one, I'm a Gemini moon. I'm a Gemini moon, just to give you a little bit of a understanding. Like, I feel like Gemini moons are passionate about, I think, a lot of different things. I feel like we can connect to our past selves, at least for me, as someone whose sun is in the 12th house. Like, for me, I feel like I can, that veil between worlds for me is thin. And so the moment I close my eyes, like for instance, earlier today, I've just been sleeping because it's almost time for my cycle. And in between like worlds, I've tapped into a part of myself to where I did something and I felt shameful for it. I'm not even gonna say, but I was like, why am I doing this? And when I woke up, I was like, oh, thank God that that wasn't my like constant reality, because I was like, girl, what are you doing? But you know what, guys, what I really want to just say is get clear. The energy is hot. The energy is hot. It's popping, it's charged. Breathe in that prana, breathe in that chi, breathe in that life force energy, and set your protection. Put yourself on a high frequency. Be grateful and be good to your body. Like, take care of this body. Do your detox when you know it's time to do your detox, okay? And just be good to your body. Focus your energy, focus your mind, take control. Do not get caught up in all the other things. Be aware, but don't get caught up in it. Set the 30 minutes in the day for you to catch up with what's going on, just so you know. But make sure for the other, 23 and a half hours, that you're using it to create. You're using it to tune into yourself and enjoy your life. And not just enjoy your life, but tune into yourself and make sure you're doing the things that are actually sitting on your heart. Like, you're talking to your heart every single day, and you're taking direction, and you're being obedient. Okay, you're being obedient, and you're letting that heart guide you, because you know why? Because God gave you that heart. God gave you that heart, and the heart is intelligent, just as intelligent as the brain, if not more. So tune into the heart and decide and direct, okay? Decide where and direct that energy. Here's one thing from this book that I've been reading, Wisdom of the Mystic Masters. I'll get into it a little bit next time, but there's a lot of really good information in this, okay? A lot of great information. It's written by Joseph J. Weed, who was a Rosicrucian, part of the Rosicrucian group. But he talks a lot about like manifestation and tapping into certain realities, and the importance of focusing of the mind and patterning of the breath, the breathing, your breathing. And he also talks about like, you can't just cultivate the energy, sit there and visualize all day. Yes, you're doing your prayer. Basically the bid has been set. Like, you want this thing. You've cultivated the energy for that. That energy can only sit for a certain period of time before it can have a negative effect on you. If you do not create pathways for that energy to flow, and when I say create pathways, I mean take action. Okay, I mean take action. If you want to start your own YouTube channel, take action. Start recording a video. It doesn't matter how good or bad it looks, okay? Start doing something. Take action towards the thing that you genuinely want, okay? If the reality that you're looking for is a healthier, more balanced, more aligned relationship with your partner, you have to take action. You have to take action in the ways that you either know how or you're going to search to figure out how, okay? And in that sense, whenever we're talking about dealing with mirrors, we always want to start with ourselves, okay? Which means you taking action is you doing the inner work to expand your awareness of yourself so you can start understanding why you've made and why you make choices you do, okay? It's always going to start with you. It doesn't matter who's right or wrong. But with that said, things are really potent right now, and I want you to be very focused on your choices, because I think that you want to be on a higher timeline. Be conscious and take full responsibility. That is all I'm asking you. Once you've taken full responsibility, your opportunity is to be very decisive about your next move. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I wanted to say to you guys today. Hopefully y'all caught the message or some messages. I was really just ranting and rolling. I was really just ranting and rolling because I missed you guys, and I'm trying to make sure I'm staying consistent. I do have a vlog that I have to edit and get out to you guys. I haven't vlogged in a while, but I'm gonna get back to it. And if you like this video, like I said, put a like on the video. Let anyone else who might be interested get a chance to see it. And you know, talk to me. Leave a comment down below. I'll actually get back to you. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.